Hello, I'm Viet Cuong. Welcome to Thai Nguyen News. The following are headlines for today's news. Thai Nguyen launches a TED donation program for the poor and Agent Orange victims in the year 2012. Thai Nguyen reduces the rate of poor households achieving the planned targets. Thái Nguyên City's authority checks the process in ground clearance for Seung Rong resident block project. On December 16th, the Thai Nguyen Red Cross launched the movement entitled TED for the Poor and Agent Orange Victims in 2012.
In 2011, the Thai Nguyen Red Cross, in cooperation with other social organizations, branches, offices, and benefactors, implemented a range of charitable and humane activities. A fund of nearly 17 billion Vietnam đồng were raised through the donations of individuals, organizations, and enterprises in Thái Nguyên with the purpose of supporting many poor families and the families under preferential treatment policy. With a moral sense, the good leaves rub the torn leaves. The benefactors visited each locality to donate to the poor. At the same time, they also took part in supporting those suffering the effects of natural disasters. The program, TED for the Poor and Agent Orange Victims in 2012, attracted many benefactors. The Thai Nguyen Red Cross will pass the donated funds to the poor and preferential families as quickly as possible.
The Army Central Hospital 108 conducted a marching expedition to Yên Chai Commune, Phu Luông District, to undertake a charitable checkup and deliver medicines to the patients here. Attending was Mr. Dương Ngọc Long, chairman of Thai Nguyen People's Committee. The delegation of the hospital consists of nearly 100 staff, doctors, and nurses who voluntarily came to Phu Luông District to carry out a number of charitable activities. These activities included donating a charity house to a family who is under preferential treatment policy, giving charitable examinations and medicines to about 6,000 people, providing 90 gifts for families who are under preferential treatment policies and students in need, giving medical equipment and renovating the infrastructure for the commune's polyclinic, donating teaching and learning facilities of almost 1 billion Vietnam dong value to 2 primary schools and a high school, and organizing cultural exchange performances with a local resident. At the meeting, Mr. Dương Ngọc Long, chairman of Thai Nguyen People's Committee, expressed his appreciation for the assistance and donations of the staff, doctors, and nurses from Army Central Hospital 108. He also stated that Thai Nguyen will pay more attention to the health care of its people and minorities, creating better conditions for Yên Chai to develop, as well as assisting other communes experiencing difficulties in order to fill the gap between the localities in Thái Nguyên. Together with many achievements in socio-economic development, in recent years, the number of poor households in Thái Nguyên has decreased, and the economic and socio-cultural life, especially for those in rural and very difficult areas, has been improved. Due to its effective practical measures, the Poverty Elimination Program carried out in 2011 spurred the determination of poor households to escape their poverty. Since then, the model of poverty elimination has delivered good results for the localities to emulate in the future. Dam Rum Hamlet on Luong Commune, Phu Luông District, had a high rate of poor households some years ago. However, in order to build and multiply the models of poverty elimination, improving the people's incomes, and speeding up the progress of poverty elimination, Dam Rum's people employ technology to raise new varieties of chicken and hybrid rice. With the enthusiastic support for the project, it made great achievement. 1 year after implementation, 36 of 37 poor households in Dam Rum Hamlet quit their poverty in 2011. The poverty elimination program by the party and the government supported my family with the cultivation of a new rice variety. As a result, the recent rice yield was much higher than before. My family has overcome poverty. Along with Phu Luông District, Định Hóa has reduced the rate of poor households remarkably due to many practical jobs. The number of poor households in Định Hóa used to be 8,000. Of these, 1,900 escaped poverty in the year 2011. Due to the supporting policies by the party and government, my family borrowed an amount of 20 million Vietnam dong from the bank to invest in production and business. I am grateful to the party and government. The rate of poor households in Thái Nguyên is now up 7.10% at the beginning of 2011. The poverty elimination program lent capital to 40,000 poor households whose money is in effective use. More than 20% of poor laborers were supported with vocational training in non-agricultural and on-site jobs. The GDP of the poor was doubled compared to the beginning of the first period. According to statistics, there are 49,000 poor households in the whole province. Thái Nguyên strives to equip these hamlets and communes in rural and mountainous areas with sufficient primary infrastructure and production and business services. Thái Nguyên Department of Labor, War, Invalids and Social Affairs cooperated with its related agencies to provide 14 billion Vietnam dong for thousands of poor households to purchase production facilities to escape poverty. In the next period, we will definitely mobilize the supporting activities to ensure household economic stability and living quality. In order to achieve the above target, one of the proposed measures is educational propaganda to improve the awareness of the poor. According to the Monitoring Board of the Province Poverty Elimination Program, the government and community are able to provide support through loans, science and technology, vocational training, free health care service and education, and even free Great Unity houses. However, above all, the determination of the poor to overcome their difficulties is the decisive factor to help them overcome poverty. On December 16th, the Thái Nguyên Department of Labor, War, Invalids and Social Affairs held a workshop to evaluate the province's vocational training and job solutions for the period 2006-2010 and to deploy the vocational training project and job solutions program for the period 2011-2015.
According to the report from the Thai Nguyen Department of Labor, War, Invalids and Social Affairs, there were 52 vocational training organizations training nearly 145,000 laborers in the province to the end of the year 2010. The vocational training scope has increased rapidly over the past few years, achieving beyond expectations, contributing to the increase in the rate of qualified laborers from 11.31% in 2005 up to 23.58% in 2010. Particularly in the period 2006-2010, Thái Nguyên trained more than 5,400 laborers, serving 8 investment projects in the Sông Công Industrial Zone and Thái Nguyên Province. 22,000 laborers were employed in 2011, achieving 137.5% of the planned target. At the meeting, Mrs. Thai Nguyen, on behalf of the Thái Nguyên People's Committee, granted recognition certificates from the chairman of the Thái Nguyên Provincial People's Committee to 10 organizations and individuals with excellent achievements in job solutions for the period 2006-2010.
On December 17th, Mr. Lê Văn Thuấn, chairman of Thái Nguyên City People's Committee, and relevant department leaders checked the rate of process for ground clearance implementation for Suong Rong resident project in Phan Đình Phùng Ward, Thái Nguyên City.
The total area of Suong Rong residential block project is more than 45 hectares, with a total investment value of over 1,000 billion Vietnam dongs. The investors are mobilizing machinery, equipment, and human resources to complete tasks such as lake excavation, ground leveling, and the sewage water system. The North-South Road was also finished with a total investment value of 70 billion Vietnam dongs. After an outside check, Mr. Lê Văn Tuấn, chairman of Thai Nguyen People's Committee, advised the functional agencies to continue their land clearance efforts based on the regulations to ensure benefits for both local residents and the state, since this is the key project for both the city and the province. The Sương Rồng residential block project will be a model creating an important feature for Thái Nguyên City's architectural space. During the inspection, the delegation also examined the upgrade of the old National Road 3, the 10-kilometer-long section belonging to the city.
And that concludes our program today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you next time.